I failed high school. Not in the sense that I actually failed. No, you could say my marks were quite decent. No, I mean the way that I wish I didn't take the route I did, cause I wouldn't be in the situation I find myself in. So today I won't be talking about animated or none of that. I'll just be talking to you guys one to one. And this is for those who are going to grade 10 and who had just finished grade 12, cause this is going to be important. And the reason I'm talking about it now, because I've had this video in my head for like 3 months now, and I think it's fine. This time period, I think it's time to pull the trigger, because it's really important now, especially before the next year starts. So I'm gonna talk about a few things that I feel like have gone wrong and I wish I could change. So not until, and keep in mind, this is not in terms of social life. I really think in my high school social life, it could have been better, but it as good as I would want it to be, because I really came out of my shell and stuff. So yeah, guys, let's get to the video. The reason I say this is because I finished grade 12 in 2024, so it's quite recent. And ever since then, I felt like I didn't do enough. And especially when I got my final results, I was devastated. I had like a whole mental breakdown when I got home that day, because most people would say I didn't do so bad, like they didn't do so bad. But when I look at that report, I felt like a utter failure. To start off, why I kind of have to talk about my physics mark. That physics mark was atrocious. I got 38. It's a pass, but it's not the pass I wanted, and it was bad. And also my math mark was like 53, and my accounting and art was 70s. And you'll be sitting there walking like, what are you talking about? Those were good marks, not to me at least, especially the physics. I remember, or at least I know, for the last 2 years of high school, I really struggled with physics. And even though I told myself that I'll get better at it, I kept slipping. And then I think it's either term 2 or 3 of matric, I finally fell the rock bottom of my physics mark, which I got 48 or 49. My math rock bottom was in term 1 or 2 of grade 11, where I got my first report, and I was like 40. I got 40 something, which was expected, because that first term is athletics, so I miss a lot of what was being taught in that year. But I recovered, but I've never really recovered enough from maths since grade 11, and even barring physics. And it's frustrating, because it's affected how I apply. I can't even apply to the courses I want anymore, because my marks are so low. And people don't talk about how much it affects your mental health to feel like you failed, you and your family, because it really is a struggle. Especially as the firstborn, you'll kind of have to lead the charge as the next family head. At least in my head, that way you've put in the responsibility. And for me to get those my marks back, it just felt hollow. Even now, like this year, I rewrote, and I got my physics mark back up to 50, but my maths mark stayed virtually the same. And I just can't help feeling that I wasted my grade 11 and 12 years on absolutely nothing. Well, yeah, the 70s, you'll look at the 70s and be like, you're being too hard on yourself. But here's the thing, I didn't start getting 70s in accounting until I got to matric. Since grade 8 till end of grade 11, I've never fallen below an 80 for accounting, and I was banking on that distinction to help my marks get higher. Now that I think about it, if I got a distinction in accounting, I would have been sitting on a 30 APS instead of a 29. And that people would say, what's that it makes a huge difference when applying now. And it just feels like I let myself down, especially in matric. When people told me that matric was going to be important, you need to focus, I took it in, but I didn't fully realize how important it is, because without matric, you can't really do much. Yes, you apply using your grade 11 marks, but if your grade 12 marks aren't an improvement, or at least the same as your grade 11 marks, consider it a failure. And because of that, I really wish I took the time to study and be more intact with my books, and also did a bit more research when applying. And now that I'm here, I should give you guys a bit of information about applying. So when applying for, I guess, university, you have to keep a few things into account. So we have to go back to grade 10 when you're choosing your subjects to really start talking about it. The first thing you need to always keep in mind is that your English mark can never fall below 60, or else being considered will be harder. I know for most degrees it's 50, but for the degrees that actually are worth salt, or at least are very good to have, if you don't have 60, consider yourself not to be accepted, or any case, unless you're the lucky few. Because how they work is that they'll give you a baseline of what you need to get, but that is just the baseline. They'll consider you when they have scraps left or something. But if you have to at least get something 5% higher to at least be considered. So especially when it comes to maths especially, I would say the baseline, it has to be 60 for any course that's worth its salt. You need at least 60 to apply, and that's just the baseline. To get in, you would need 65 or higher, from what I've seen, at least from that. And it doesn't really matter what choice subjects you make, unless you're doing STEM, then you're probably stuck with physics, unfortunately. Unless you're doing medicine, then life science works in the same way. But I haven't really seen them ask for life science that much. I haven't really seen them. For the medicine fields, I'm not sure if it's only a select few that ask for life sciences, or all of them. But if you want to get into the medicine field, buddy, for the next, you have no life. If you want to get into medicine, you have no life. From the starting of grade 10 to the end of grade 12, you have no life. And that is for the best. For me, I wanted to get into computer science, and I wish I had someone to tell me that, buddy, from now on to the end of grade 12, you have to be books, like in books. If you need help, go to your teachers. I wish somebody told me that. And now looking back at it, I regret not taking the resources I had to my ability, because now I'm at this point where I'm having to reapply at universities because I didn't get the marks I wanted. So when it comes to that, make sure that also when it comes to Maths Lit, don't ever take Maths Lit. I wouldn't advise it if you're not getting anything above 45. Because let me give you an example. Let's say I'm applying with a 65 for a course, right? But it also allows Maths students to apply. The baseline for me would be a 65, right, to get into the course. But for Maths Lit students, they would say they'll need 75. So you're kind of boxing yourself in, and you need more to get into the same course as somebody who's just taking maths. So while my advice would always be that look at what you're interested in and look at the course requirements. If it's just maths and English, I would advise you either take life science or geo if you're not good at physics, because physics it gets progressively worse as you get higher. Maths, you're just gonna have to tough it up, bruv. You're gonna have to eat that Euclidean, bro. It's just how it is, unfortunately. Yeah, but that's the advice I would say leading out from the moment you choose your subjects, leading up to when you apply. I wish somebody told me this information, because if I knew this, I wish there was like some sort of course somebody came and said, hey, look, guys, from this moment on, what subjects you choose now will determine how you survive the rest of your high school career. And I just wish I had that, but at least now I'm here telling you guys what to do in case of that. I'm talking for, I guess, most of us who are in my situation right now, or who will be in this situation, because matric results are coming out in January. And unfortunately, I'm going to say it's going to suck. And there's no two ands about it. It sucks, guys. Like, I'm in a friend group where pretty much, I would say 80% of my friends are doing some sort of STEM, and then most of them are doing some sort of engineering course. Well, I wouldn't say most, but the majority of them are doing, I would say it's a 60-40 split engineering course. And it does get to you when you see them going to university, studying and doing life. Because at home you will feel stuck, you feel like a failure, and your mental health will take a hit. And I would advise you be ready and just find a way to keep yourself from, I guess, feeling suicidal at times, because it's happened on multiple occasions. Luckily for me, I have drawing and I still do athletics on the side, so those two things are the only reason I've been, and YouTube, that's the only three things I've been able to use to keep my sanity. Otherwise, I probably would have been very highly depressed. I still kind of am, because it still weighs on me now. Like, things I did in grade 10, I still think of what I could have done better to make sure I don't get the results I did. But unfortunately, I'm here in this situation. And for us, it's not the end of the road, but it's an uphill battle, because now you have to contend with rewriting, which is another thing I'll get into now. Rewriting is like, it's a behemoth on its own, because now not only do you don't have the support of a school, you have to do the work yourselves. So when you apply to rewrite, I would say keep it to the subjects that are really important and subjects that you think you missed out on. For me, I feel like I could have also did accounting for the rewrite, because I feel like I missed out on that 80, but that's barring none. I did maths and physics. Now, this part is important. You need to find a tutor. Like, you need to find a tutor, and a tutor that's worth their salt. And from then on, unfortunately, you don't get back your paper, so you'll never know what you truly didn't do right in the first try. But what you know you struggled with in that exam room, you now work on religiously. And I wish the tutor I had was fine, but I wish I had a more hands-on tutor who could have really helped me break down the concepts to its simplest forms, because even with the rewrites, I still have regrets. The rewrite papers will be harder. They will be harder. And you'll only get your results in August. And here's the thing. You would think that when you reapply, they would accept you almost immediately. No, you still have to wait with the matric class of the following year, which is nonsense. I think that process is nonsense, but we just have to live with it. So you'll have to wait. And when you apply, right? When you're applying, guys, unfortunately, not all, especially when doing STEM, you won't get into top universities, UP, UCTs, UFITs. You won't get in unless you really good marks. So I would advise you look everywhere, your NWUs, your UJs, your UWCs. Just apply for university in every province except Northern Cape, Limpopo, and Mpumalanga. Stay away from those. I beg of you, stay away. So everywhere else, apply. Just apply, because the more you have, the less likely is to reject you. Because almost all of mine I've applied to this year and last year rejected me, even though I had the marks. So guys, please, you have to apply everywhere. I guess my closing statements would be that if you're going into grade 10, right, I would suggest, especially if you're a maths and physics student, well, if you're not mid to, I guess, high range student in those subjects where you're doing good, and I would really advise you to buy a notebook to like write down stuff where the teacher says and you're like, huh? Write it down, note it down in your notebook, and do it at home. Try redoing it at home. If it's still not making sense, go with that notebook and show it to your teachers, asking him, you said this and that, but it's still not making sense and I did it at home. I would advise you to do that with especially the subjects that you really struggle in, but I would say do that, especially for maths and physics. I wish I did that, knowing how it gets. If I did that, I probably think I would have done better, but I can't go back and fix my mistakes. So I'm here telling you guys some advice to help make life easier, and so that you don't end up like me now, where I am wishing that I could go back and do things differently. So for guys going into grade 10, guys, keep a notebook handy that you can write down what is not computing in your head, because I promise you, once you get to me in matric or after matric and you're in my situation, you're gonna wish you did the same. If there's one thing you're gonna take away from this video, if you're just listening while doing something else because you have low attention span, please take this. I don't want people to end up in my situation again, so please take this advice. Do this. If anything, just do this, and I promise you, life in matric will get easier. But unfortunately for us who made it on the other side and don't really like how we did things, it's tough. And I won't sit here and tell you that there's a bright side right now, because for me, it's still not a bright side. It does kind of seem like I might be going for a second year without a school. Unfortunately, that's how bad it is out here, guys. And I'm not trying to let anybody else end up like me. So please, guys, if there's anything you take from this video, it's that take in what I've said and make adjustments. And for the matric class, I wish you guys good luck, because once those matric's results come out, yeah, it's for those who got in, congratulations. For those of you who didn't, I would advise you start making plans to rewrite any way possible. If you think you can improve those marks, do that. So that's all I gotta say, man. Good luck to all of you who are in school, especially to the matric class of 2025. See you guys later.